Good evening and welcome to Sweater Fans Live on this Sunday, Monday, the 18th of March 24. And
sorry,
Paul's got
well,
his...
everyone, sorry, having technical issues this evening. Thanks, and welcome this day late because we both weren't feeling too well yesterday, so we decided to.
No, it wasn't too at all. We thought we'd just do it a day later.
Yeah, why not?
And Rachel's joined us, arriving in a brightly sparkly yellow limousine. Yellow limousine, you try to say that. Driven by an own personal chauffeur who is dressed in a yellow suit and hat. Is it Gav?
That's me in my hazmats. That's me.
When you wear your Mac hood and
I've been out driving today, so yeah, that could quite literally be me. But yeah, no, yes. So yeah,
we're here. To you, Rachel. Thank you for joining us on this day late.
Yeah, this day later, Sunday live. Yeah, so it's been a lovely day today, hasn't it? I mean, I don't know if you've been at work, Michael.
I have, yes.
You have. You've been in the lovely freezing -20 whatever.
I'm not standing up in the freezer today. I've been in the chill all day.
Well, that's not too bad then.
Unfortunately, I've been on right underneath the fans, so it's been about.
I know that from working in distribution. Yeah, I know that from working in distribution. It's freezing. Like when you get under them fans, it can
I've had to check my fridge jacket all day.
Yeah, but yeah, we had 16 degrees up here today, and the skies were lovely. Yeah, like I said, I've been out in the car most of the day, and I've had to turn the heating down and put the AC on. So
you mentioned that. Just get the chart up for today. Have a look at what net weather of the highest temperature of the day from net weather.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was an 18 somewhere. I know it was, like I say, it was around about. I looked earlier on Flight Radar because they do the METAR on Flight Radar, and it was showing 14 for Newcastle. So I didn't look further south. So
yeah, obviously the Met Office have got their own main ones. Let's have a quick net weather is showing. I'm just bringing that onto the screen right now. He says.
There we go.
Full screen on that. So obviously the Met Office will have their own records for today. So about a 16 degrees at Exeter Airport. So it's at Met Office HQ, really.
Yeah. So, 16 there, 15.4 at Briar, so 15.3 at Brize Norton, which is in Oxfordshire, Manston, 15.2, Hawarden, which is where Airbus is based in North Wales, 15.1, Pershore, where you are, near where you are, 15. So, yeah, they're I would say provisional for now, but it has been a lovely day. I always knock.
I've got the two airports in between me there. I've got East Mids at 15 as well as Birmingham Airport at 15. So I've probably been around about the 15-degree mark here as well by the looks of it because I'm in between the two.
Yeah, like I say, when I looked at Newcastle Airport's METAR report, which is like their, the stuff that the aircraft go by, it tells, ground temperature, all that business. That said 14, which I would say was about right because I always knock a couple off on car because it's near the engine and all that business. So I always knock a couple off. He's currently 13.2 in Chivenham, which I believe is in Oxfordshire. Whittering is in Cambridgeshire. RF Whittering, Norwich 13, Pershore 13. Not too shabby.
Let's pick up the main. Yeah. XC weather is the main one for that. Let's bring that chart up. He says.
He does. Switch tabs.
There we are. Oh, sorry, I just couldn't get the thing loaded up onto the screen there.
No, it's okay.
So let's share that tab. Hopefully it's flipped over to XC weather.
It is, yes. It is indeed.
So currently 15 degrees. And Fairford.
Nice.
You mentioned Newcastle earlier on.
Yeah, that's right.
Feedback then. 11 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a look from north of Scotland. Let's work our way down. Even Wick's at 10 degrees still, which isn't too bad for mid-March. Shap at 9. 10 degrees at Prestwick. Manchester Airport currently at 12. Birmingham Airport at 12. Let's go over to Wales. Lake Verney at 9. Rhyl at 12. Cardiff Airport at 11. I've seen Fairford at 15. Is that Fairford? It's quite recent, actually. Oh, I've lost it already. So around the capital, 12 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try that. That's better.
That's
Lyd
Lyd.
Airport at 11.
Lyd, yeah.
And St Clement's Port in the Isle of Wight, 10 degrees. Then Plymouth at 11. Met Office HQ should be around here somewhere. There we are, 12 degrees at Exeter Airport. Heading for Ireland at 12 degrees. It's quite mild across the board, really. But things are set to change later this week, which we'll get into shortly.
We will do, yes. Tomorrow's going to be another warm day. I had a look on the charts before I come on stream. And tomorrow looks another warm day. Could be a few showers about, which we'll go into in a minute and have a look. There's also I've been looking today on YouTube. There's a guy I watch called Mr. Weatherman. He does like the Caribbean and America and stuff like that, and he reckons it's going to be a above average hurricane season due to the transition
Yes.
between El Nino and La Nina. Saying
that's what I could look at this evening, actually.
Yeah, I'll put the link up on the group chat.
We'll have a look at the sea surface temperature charts. Actually,
yes,
I'll get up shortly.
It was showing the. I think it was on ECM as well, because he goes a lot off the ECM.
Yes,
the hurricanes and stuff, because he's quite spot on for like 7 days. And it showed a wetter than average course across the Atlantic in like the hurricane corridor up into like the Gulf of Mexico. So he reckons there's going to be quite a lot of hurricanes this season, which in turn could affect our weather potentially, especially if these big ones like Cat 4, Cat 5, they can really affect us if they keep their energy. So yeah, we'll have a look at the long term as well.
About 8 to 10 weeks away to the start of the hurricane season.
Yeah, but they reckon it could start soon. Could start earlier.
They actually perhaps moved the date forward for the hurricane season, or was that perhaps in the thoughts of bringing it forward to about middle of May?
I have no idea. It's usually beginning of June, isn't it?
Yeah, I swear I heard a few years ago that they're going to bring it forward, or they brought it forward to about the middle of May. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we'll look into that and bring it on Sunday, possibly. But for the current, I've actually got tropical cyclone Megan, and no relation to Prince Harry's missus or any other Megans that are quite fierce and stormy. But that is currently, I'm just going to bring it up on screen.
Feel free to leave a comment at all in the chat. We'll read your comments out. Any questions, just let us know. If you're watching on demand, if you're watching a bit later on, just leave a comment and we'll have a look at them, and we'll answer your question in the future video, which will be
also
Sunday.
Don't forget to press that subscribe button as well.
Which is somewhere, can't see my finger, it's somewhere down there anyway.
Yeah, it's down there. I've made it so like when people come onto the thing through a link, it prompts. So yeah, there we go. There's tropical cyclone Megan in Australia at the moment. Australia's been getting quite a few tropical storms as well. So it's not really windy. It's still like tropical. Still got tropical cyclone features. I think it has downgraded a little bit since the weekend. Let's go to this one. The forecast. Yeah, it downgrades to about 40 knots, 45 knots as it comes inland. But it is due. If I just go, oh, crikey, share this tab. There we go. So, as you can see there, it comes inland. It's currently up here somewhere. I'll see if I can find the thing for it. The satellite image or something along the lines. Let's have a look. It's just all the ensembles. Shows it tracking across the left-hand side of Australia, the left horn of Australia. So that goes back out to sea. Who knows? It might double back and come back around again. Where to go next? Shall we go? Well, there is another one. Let's have a look at Tropical Storm 18. Oh, yeah, Tropical Storm 18. So there's the infrared. And this one is, I believe that's just off Australia as well. That is GFS one. Share this tab. There we go. So you can see the Singapore, Philippines up here, all them. And then you got Australia just there. So 18 will probably interact with Megan, I would imagine. That's my thoughts anyway. As Megan exits, it may interfere with 18 and they may merge, but we'll see anyway. Back to this one. Let's go into our charts anyway, and we'll have a look. Let me just knock some tabs off before the computer starts complaining again.
Just one thing I've just noticed actually, as I'm just going through trying to find the sea surface temperatures, I've just spotted the zonal mean at 10 HPA, and currently I'm just flick that onto the screen now quickly before we
go for it.
Just keep yours on the screen now. Just go bring mine up a second. The reversal of the zonal winds at 10 HPA.
Do you want me to stop sharing so you can bring it up on screen?
No, that's right. No, it's all right.
There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, at the moment we're actually in the reverse of the zonal winds high up in the stratosphere at the moment. So, and that is forecast by the start of April to go back into positive. So the zonal winds are supposed to go back into normality. Then it's best to ease off again as we head later into start of May. So we're currently in the reversal of the zonal winds.
You won't think it, but then again, stratospheric warming, like we said before, doesn't always bring cold weather. I think America are getting cold incursions, which is what's fueling their storms at the moment. They're getting like a day or two of warmer weather and then a day or two of cooler weather, and vice versa. We're kind of transitioning to more warmer weather now rather than cold. There's going to be colder incursions, but nothing horrifying, shall we say. Nothing that's a beast from the east that I can see anyway on the charts. So anyway, let's get into it. Shake, rattle and roll, shall we? Let's have a look. So as you can see, band of rain moving east, probably east-northeast. Might become a bit squally on the back edge, possibly. Might have a look. Michael might have the radar to show that, but it looks like it breaks up as it moves westwards. Eastwards. Westwards is the other way.
That's aggression.
And anyone would think we're amateurs, you know that. I was going to say anyone would think we're amateurs, especially me. But anyway, some big showers. Yeah, some big showers breaking out across Scotland. I don't know if there'd be any busy poppers there. the gaffer would call them. There's a possibility there could be a bit of fizzy popping going on there. Have a look.
I'm just looking now, actually.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
There's nothing at all.
No. So yeah, it might organise, but I don't think the main band will bring anything. It might be the showers after that in Scotland. So if I just go back a couple of frames, this band here maybe this band here as well. 3-4 o'clock in the morning across northwest England, North Wales, possibly down in towards Pembrokeshire, might, and I say that with a big emphasis on might, bring some rumbles, because there is Cape available, and it's been a warm day as well. Let's have a look at the temperatures. So as you can see there, some Cape available, which is one of the ingredients that goes into it, and temperatures 10 degrees quite widely, possibly 11 degrees in Scotland and even across the south as well, but widely between 7 and 11 degrees Celsius. And that's at 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's have a look at 6, which is roughly when the sun comes up now. Roughly the same. Bit of Fern effect there over northeast Scotland on the north coast. But 10, maybe 11 degrees there, but elsewhere, like I said, between 7 and 11 degrees. Let's have a look at the dew point. That'll give us another idea. It could be, I wouldn't say muggy night, but it's holding. So yeah, that's another potential for the fizzy poppers. Let's go back. Brilliant. So let's go forward and see what tomorrow brings. So cloudy start, but soon breaking up across the Midlands up into northern England, Scotland as well. Some showers showing. That could spark some showers. I'm looking at yesterday. Yesterday was showing potential for thunderstorms. We did keep an eye on it for a couple of days, didn't we? But we weren't too confident that anything would happen, and then the forecast changed, and there was a couple of big showers. Don't get me wrong, there was one that went through Teesside from Greater Manchester, straight through the gap and up into Teesside, crossed Middlesbrough about 5-6 o'clock. I caught the back end of it from where I am. I could see the tops from up near Newcastle, and that showed up, but everything else just fizzled out. It just seemed to be around here, and it went straight through. So that might be one to keep a watch on tomorrow, but I think it'll be too early in the day to have anything going. So look at the temperatures. Yeah, Midlands 15 degrees, across the north between 11 and 13 at midday. And let's have a look, see if there's any Cape. Nope. Dew point. No. So dew point's around about 50. Humidity's about 50-60%. So I don't think it's going to be too muggy for them to really blow up. So anyway, let's continue. Showers maybe across southern England might be big enough to go bang, but elsewhere I wouldn't rule out a big shower, really. Let's go forward to, if you let me. There we go. So temperature at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we're looking between 5 and 12 degrees in Scotland, between 9 and 16 degrees, possibly a 17 somewhere again, across the southeast, somewhere like Cambridgeshire, Norfolk, possibly Nottinghamshire, into the Midlands, Herefordshire, could see a 17. Wales between 9 and 15. Northern Ireland between 9 and 13, and the Republic between 10 and 15 degrees, somewhere like Dublin. Could be 15, 16 degrees. And move on. So them showers fading out, which brings in the next band of rain from the southwest. That will move in overnight on Tuesday and Wednesday. Nearly said Thursday then for some reason. These might be worth keeping in a watch on, but obviously it's a couple of days out, so I wouldn't. This will change. Will more than likely change on the 3 o'clock run and the 1500 run tomorrow. So yeah, that might be worth watching across Northern England, North Wales, possibly on Wednesday morning. And as you can see there, the cold air starting to dig in across Scotland, so some snow over the tops. Minimum temperatures in Scotland just above freezing, anywhere from the central belt northwards. Southern Scotland between 5 and 7. England and Wales between 6 and 11. Excuse me. Wales between 7 and 10. And the Republic and Northern Ireland, as you can see, they're in the cooler air, shall we say? Well, I'll say colder, between 4 and 7 degrees, maybe an 8 in one of the bigger towns and cities. And I'll just bring us up to the end of Wednesday, and then I'll pass it to Michael. So you can see there that wind. You can see the air coming in from the northwest, clearer air. So this warmer air will be getting shunted southeastwards. And I did say shunted. This back end might organise. I don't know. Might just get tore apart by the Pennines again. But worth keeping.
It's a Wigan feature looking at that.
Yeah, could be a little shortwave trough or something. Temperatures, as you can see in Scotland, cooling down between 6 and 10 degrees. Whoops. Where are we? There we are. The Republic of Ireland Ireland and the Republic between 8 and 12 degrees. You can see the boundary between the warmer air and the cooler air. Possibly a 10 or 11 in northwest England. On the other side, you're looking between 7 to 9 degrees. Further south, as you can see there, into Yorkshire and Lancashire. Excuse me, bit sick in my mouth. Between 13 and 14 degrees. Then you can see there into the south, 16, possibly 17 degrees again. So yeah, as you can see, I'll leave it on that. But as you can see, the air is starting to cool as we go into Wednesday. So Wednesday is the transition day. And on that note, I'm going to pass it back to you, Michael.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
So let's take a look at the fact charts from the Met Office, which I'll bring on the screen right now. So this is the human interpretation of the high and low pressure from the Met Office with the weather fronts. And this is from 6 o'clock this evening, and we've got loads of weather fronts sitting there towards the west, with low pressure centred just to the northwest of Scotland. What's expected to happen through overnight, these weather fronts will cross the country, but weakening as they do so. So there could be a few showers around tomorrow, but it's still remaining quite mild, as we've seen temperatures could get to about 15, possibly 16 degrees. As we head through into Wednesday, we've got this warm front coming up from the south. That keeps us in this milder air. And we've got a ridge of high pressure coming through the country through Wednesday. So beyond that, things will turn little bit drier. But instead of low pressure coming up from the south or southwest, the next layer of low pressure is due to come from the northwest. So what that will do is send some weather fronts across, and as we go through into Friday, we've got a cold front crossing the country, and this is introducing the northwesterly winds, which will bring the temperatures back down to possibly just into double figures for many areas, perhaps 10, 11 degrees instead of the 15, 16 we get right now. So it's doing exactly what it says on the tin. It's bringing this cooler, colder air in from the northwest, and then we're all into this showery regime. Get my teeth in, get my tongue sorted out, chop it off, do what you want with it, but keep it clean. Anyway, back to... So with the set of low pressure here, we've got plenty of showers feeding in from the northwest, and I would say further northwest you are, the more likely you will get caught in these showers. So let's take a look at the latest GFS. Let's have a... Oops, that's not the one I want. So look at the 850 HPA. So this gives you an idea what the temperature is like aloft. So this at this level, the atmosphere does not get influenced by any land or sea. So at the moment, we're under relatively mild air at the moment. And there's quite warm air over across Iberia at the moment. So temperatures probably in southern Spain, look at that, probably into the mid-20s there, which is not too bad for middle of March. So let's bring this forward. We're under relatively warm, mild air, shall we say. Then there's that low pressure starts to come down from the northwest. We're in this milder air still as we go through to Thursday. But as we're heading to Friday, we've got this cold front sitting just here, and that's introducing much fresher air. And we've got high pressure trying to build up from the southwest. So we're in this northwesterly airflow with low pressure crossing into the Norwegian Sea. So what happens from there? We're still under that cool air through into Sunday as well. So any showers could turn wintry over the Scottish mountains, possibly the Pennines as well. But with high pressure quite close, I think it's further down eastern areas where mostly it'll be over rain, really. And where we are at the moment, we've got this ridge of high pressure coming down from the north. So that's keeping us under this cooler air. And looks like this high pressure starts to move across the UK. So we've got that cooler, if not cold, well, I say cooler air above the country at this moment in time. So it looks like possible nighttime frost. The fog can't be ruled out, but then the winds switch into an easterly. So we're still under cool air. Then we've got low pressure trying to move up from the southwest. So let's try and bring in a bit of a southeasterly. Still got that cold air or cool air above us at this stage. And there's any mild air trying to come in, it's trying to fight in, but there's a lot of hot air coming up from Africa into the Mediterranean there. You got the plus 20 isotherm coming up into trying to come into parts of Greece. That could send temperatures leading to 30 degrees down there, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
But we seem to be under quite a lot of high pressure, really. Got high pressure sat towards the northeast of the UK, a bit of a Scandi high there. So also in the battleground between high and low pressure towards the southwest, high pressure more towards the northeast.
Could be in a bit of a cold there for Easter.
Yeah. Then we're trying to bring back in the southwesterly winds. Let's just have a look, see if this morning's run is in agreement with this. So let's go through the next few days, and that relatively mild air. There's that cold front coming through on Friday, introducing that cooler air. There's that bit of northerly shot for Sunday, so that's in agreement with that. And that's showing that air of high pressure trying to. Let's bring in the pressure charts to make it a bit more clearer. So we've got a bit of this, a bit of nose of high pressure there coming down from the north. So let's try to settle things down. Then it's almost like a bit of a battleground now between low pressure and high pressure, aren't we, looking at this? Got low pressure really spinned up there towards the southwest of the UK, trying to introduce the southeasterly. Then you've got this easterly wind northeasterly to easterly wind in the north. So it's like almost like a battleground there between the air masses. And this morning's run, as was in a quite a cool, if not quite cold, northeasterly wind. So look at the temperatures on this morning's run. Then we'll have a look at the latest. So let's quickly run through these. So mild air still expected across much of the UK tomorrow. Temperatures up to 15, 16, possible 17 degrees. Then Wednesday, we've got rain across northern areas into parts of Scotland, staying mild across southern areas. Then we'll still need that mild air on Thursday. Then we'll start to introduce that fresher air across the UK, temperatures back down to single figures. I'm still into single figures for Saturday and into Sunday as well. There's a hint now of possible some frost there to start Monday. Temperatures still into single figures for Monday, so staying in quite a cool airflow. Temperature again about mid single digits, so we're below average there for the start of next week. And again, we're still in single digits with risk of frost. And this is showing single digits for much of next week as it stands. So there's that hint there, like the mild air trying to move up from the south there. And it's still remaining quite cold across Scotland. And for the first of April, Easter Monday, temperatures mid-single digits. And when I looked at these charts a couple of days ago, we were showing temperatures up to about 20, 21 degrees across England and Wales. So the shows you about discrepancy really still, uncertainty.
Yeah, that's on the 06. I wonder what the 12 o'clock run says.
So let's have a look at the 12 o'clock run. So that's showing cold air staying in place, really. So again, the latest run showing temperatures tomorrow about 15, 16, possible 17 degrees. And that mild air stays up in the south there. We could even hit an 18, pops off the southeast in any prolonged sunshine. I'm still under relatively mild air still across much of the UK. And there's that cold front. You can see the greens coming into play. The temperatures just about getting to double figures for many areas. And temperature staying around about the high single digits through into the weekend. And again, this is also showing temperatures staying in the single digits really through much of next week. Maybe a few hints there. Temperatures trying to rise across the south. That's why we think try and pick up that southeasterly on this run. That comes off. You can see the temperature starts to rise again towards the southeast.
There we go.
And there's the Easter Monday, temperature up to about 11, 12 degrees, compared to this morning's run showed about 5 or 6 degrees. So it's still up to play for the start of April, really.
Yeah.
There's temperatures up to 16, 17 degrees again. But what's a clear sign is it's staying cool into next week as well at this stage. Let's have a look at the cable lifted. I'm not feeling confident at all of any thunderstorms this week, me personally. No, definitely. I'm not feeling anything at all. There's nothing shown at all there.
Nothing.
Even through the showers on Friday of the weekend, I'm not feeling anything from them. I don't feel it's going to be under thunder either. I think they're just going to be normal showers.
Meaty, hefty showers. What's the one Gordon calls them? Beefy showers.
Yeah, it's nothing at all.
We want to be looking for greens, ideally, coming in. You can probably see across France, but nothing for us. Nothing.
No. We're getting to the stage. Well, we're getting to the stage now where the sun now. We're virtually in the equinox yesterday. Equinox is on the, I think
20th.
Thursday or Friday.
Thursday.
So the sun is getting stronger. So if the thing about it, the sun now is about as strong as it is around about the 20th of September. Or towards the last week of September. So the sun's getting quite a bit of strength to it now.
I could feel it today. It was nice.
It just shows you why the temperature responding to any prolonged sunshine.
Yeah, as soon as that cloud clears, boom, up goes the temperatures. So, I mean, looking at that next week, it might get suppressed, but I wouldn't take them sixes and sevens quite literally. Probably a couple of degrees, maybe more. We always say, like at this time of the year, a degree or two, stick a degree or two on it. So because you can never tell.
I'm guessing, let's have a look at the precipitation time. I'm guessing any winteriness will be over the Scottish Highlands, maybe the Pennines. So let's bring that forward from
I don't even think I don't even think the Pennines personally. I think it'd mostly be I'd be pushing it because that's at night. But during the day, I don't think anything will happen over the Pennines.
So this is not widespread snow. This is these are going to be like in the form of showers, really.
Yeah. So as you can see there in the daytime, nothing really. Be more morning, mid-morning, and then as the sun gets to work higher up, that'll warm the clouds up, won't it? So
yeah, these are showing like snow showers for the East Coast.
I wouldn't take them literally, personally. Like I say, maybe in the night time, but
and that'll be perhaps over the North York moors, the tops.
More than that, North York moors, Northumberland National Park kind of area, Cheviots.
So let's have a look at the freezing level. So you can see that cold front there with the difference between the warm air and the cold air. So there we've got the freezing level about, is that meters, I'm guessing?
It is meters, yeah.
So for 2,000 meters, then it starts to drop beyond this cold front.
So it does get down to 600, which would bring you into the the sorry, not the Cairngorms, the Snowdonia, or whatever they call it these days, and the North York Moors, possibly up into North, like the North Pennines, Yorkshire Dales kind of area. The very, like the big ones, like the Three Peaks and stuff like that, and into the Lake District as well. You've got mountains there that go up into like 600-700 meters. So,
and this is only showing any snow for the tops of the Scottish mountains. Really, this is where we're seeing the greens. You can actually see at night as that freezer level drops, but there's nothing there showing for any snowfall across anywhere apart from the Scottish mountains, even as we're heading through towards Easter. So nothing's showing at all there. I say it's just going to be like any snowfall, any winteriness really. It's like it's just confined to the Scottish mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quick look at the stratosphere. We just know it's like almost like the end of the polar vortex anyway now. It's been a very strange winter season for the PV. It's like three different types of warm-ups. And there it is. It's just the PV's gone. Which you expect at this time of year anyway, because we're in that warming trend anyway. So there's all your greens and yellows to stay in there, which is normal for this time of year.
Not much really to say. It's self-explanatory.
Let's have a look at the sea surface temperatures of what's like La Nina forming now. So look at the ECMWF charts. So compared to average, your reds is your above average and your blues is your below average. And well, around the UK, we're actually above average, but the main thing we're looking at is through the equatorial Pacific, and we start to see La Nina starts to make an appearance there. That's for April, forecast for April, and as we're heading to May, begin to see that getting much stronger in the equatorial Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
Through to June, it's just going to get stronger and stronger, and that's going to push westwards through our summer. All right. Before heading on to the ECMWF weekly ones, is there anything you want to take a look at, or shall we just end it on these charts?
Yeah, I don't think there's. I mean, could have a look at the, like I say, the weekly means and call it from there.
Just want to make sure I'm on the screen. Yeah.
You are, yeah.
So these are the final charts we're going to look at tonight. So it's more or less what's happening towards the end of this week. So it's valid between the 18th of March to the 25th of March. And this is what's happening towards the end of the week, where we're going to start bringing this northwesterly flow. Once that low pressure comes down from the north west. So that is right. We've got high pressure, quite a blocking high of high pressure for much of the Atlantic there. So in this northwesterly regime, and what's the forecast for the 25th to the 1st? Then that low pressure is just sitting there. We've got quite a blocking high pressure there into the Atlantic. We've got blocking as well through parts of Scandi into Eastern Europe. So it's kind of quite standard low pressure set on top of the UK for that. 1st of April to the 8th of April. And that was actually shown on one of the charts earlier on. We've got this battleground between high pressure northern blocking and low pressure towards the south. So that could bring in at times southeasterly, or even again east to northeasterly as well. So it could be a bit of a battleground between the two there. So I think the further north you are, the more dry it will be. And that brings that high pressure further into the UK. So again, we're still looking at that east to northeasterly, and doesn't want too much to get a bit of a southeasterly as well. 15th April to the 22nd. And looks like high pressures are in charge again. Looks like we're bringing winds probably more for northeasterly to an easterly there.
I was going to say the continent should be warming up by then, so wouldn't be too concerned personally in that high retreats.
And this looks like we're still neither high or low pressure, so the signal's getting obviously weakened as we head further away. So that's like 6 or 7 weeks away. So signs there of it perhaps turning more settled, but not a guarantee.
No.
So if it does start to get settled, it's much needed after all the rainfall we've had really since, take away September, since about August, really, July, August. It's felt like it hasn't barely stopped.
Yeah, I've got the CFS from it. I just run that.
Yeah, run them through.
I've just checked it, and all the dates are correct.
Yes.
We had issues last week where it was playing up, so I'll just quickly share this, and then we'll call it a night on that, I think.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, as you can see, these are from yesterday, 17th of March. Yeah, just checking. So rest of March looks to be under low pressure, as Michael was just saying.
So that's an agreement there.
Bring that northwesterly in. With showers, possibly wintry over the tops, with high pressure squeezed in between the two. So you got higher pressure towards North America and Canada. It's Scandi across like Norway, Finland, Sweden, into Russia. A little bit of high pressure towards the south as well. And that, as you showed on the last charts, high pressure retrogressing, as Gav would say, retrogressing.
They're on your R's.
Retrogressing. So that will be northern blocking, which will bring us possibly east to southeasterly winds. Looking at that, with low pressure to the west, could enhance the showers. Big beefy April showers on that one. Let's have a look at May. We've got higher than average pressure across the UK, which goes in what Michael was just showing you there on the weekly means. High pressure building across the UK, but will just a little above average, so it's not dominant. It will probably be shifting between Scandi and the Azores with low pressures either side. So a bit of a cold there, I would say.
Yeah.
Obviously not the whole of May, but I would say it shows that no one regime is going to be in control for May. Looking at that,
it's a bit of a mixed one.
Yeah, we'll have warmer interludes, then we'll have rainier interludes. So yeah, it could, if the high pressure stays around for long enough, could bring thundery showers or thundery breakdowns, because March is sorry, May is same as August, July kind of time, so the sun is quite strong then. So, yeah, I would keep an eye on that one. June then brings high pressure, so we'll bring southerlies. We've got low pressure there, but not lower than average. It would be just low for the time of year. Normal low, probably coming up from the Bay Biscay. Which would
We have similar to what we had last June.
Yeah, a bit of a thundery breakdown there with southerlies, so they're coming deep from Africa as well. So that high will enhance it. So if the high was more further down, it would probably drop them isobars further into Africa. So that's
If that
one
was
to
to
watch.
come off, we could see temperature up to probably about 30 degrees.
I'd add a couple more onto that, mate.
I'll say that at least.
I'd be going for at least 30 to 35. If it goes right from Africa and we keep that southerly flow, I mean, June's the peak of the sun anyway. So, but it's not the peak of the temperatures, is it? That's the thing, because the temperatures tend to peak in July, August. So
that's what you'd think. But we didn't have the last year because of all that rain we had.
I know. So, yeah, that's one to watch as well. Possibly thundery, like Michael said. Interesting. July. High pressure either side, low pressure squeezing in. I would say they're just fitting in the slot there. So that could be
a transition.
Yeah, you've got an east, so it could either be drier or it could be Atlantic dominated with this low. So it's not showing, like I say, it's east, so that's going to be a drier direction for us. Whereas if it comes off the Atlantic, like I say, it could be more showery with this low. That's kind of sandwiched between the two. It depends what the setup is there. Obviously, this is all, there is a word for it, but I won't say it because we're on YouTube, but it's fantasy. So, August, drier, but that wind will be coming in from that direction. No, you can tell I'm an amateur at this. So we'll be coming in from the northeast, possibly cooler, unless it comes in more from the continent, because there's low there, so that could affect us. It could, seems to be more high dominated over to the north, so low 20s, mid 20s maybe. September,
it's a long way off.
Yeah, it's all fantasy, really.
Yeah. Probably won't go any further than that, really. Now.
Nah. High pressure to the east would bring some southerlies in, so it could be another repeat of last year with the southerly winds coming in and mid 30s. So like I say, it's all fantasy from August. Well, not even all. What am I on about? From around about there onwards is fantasy, really. It is showing for April that, as Michael showed you on the weekly means, by all means, go back and compare. They are quite alike, showing that there's going to be a northern block.
There's a bit of an agreement there, actually. Not often you get that with some of the longer range models.
Yeah, especially the CFS, which is kind of like GFS. It's the long range model, and the weekly mean with the ECM, which is more medium term, so like 4 to 6 weeks, whereas this is like 6 to 8 months ahead. And this is like 1 month, and it's in agreement with the ECM. So yeah, it looks like April could become northern blocked, and then that's giving you an idea in towards the end of April into May. That high pressure weakens, but still there. But like I say, we're in a bit of a cold there between low pressures and high pressures, so no one dominant. So throughout April, I would expect it to weaken, maybe, rather than become more dominant. Looking at that, so yeah, interesting. I'll just call that a night at that.
Yeah. But so looking ahead, it's turning colder or cooler, however you want to look at it. We've got the milder air for the next couple of days or so. As we're heading into Thursday to Friday, we've got the wind switching towards the northwest, which bring in the much cooler conditions. Temperatures will be struggling to get into double figures as we head through into the weekend. Plenty of showers. But for the rest of this week, for definite, we're not seeing any thundery potential at all.
Yeah, there's nothing really, no signals to show us, there's going to be anything. I mean, it's not to say that there won't be anything thundery, especially in like clearer slots where the sun can get to work, but there's nothing really.
Not looking likely at all at this stage. No. But if anything changes over the next few days, we'll obviously keep you informed.
Yes, we will. Like I say, if anything does kick off, we're always ready to go, at a moment's notice. So I can either go live myself if Michael's at work, or, one of us will be online anyway, somehow or other. But yes, I think we'll call it a night at that. And we'll be back on Sunday evening, hopefully, all being well. Yeah, I think we'll call it. We'll say goodnight from that.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to say, could you just stay in the green room after the live? I just want to show you something.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
I'll take you off the camera in just a moment.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, we'll see you on Sunday.
Excellent.
Take care,
brilliant.
Good night from myself, and it's good night from
him. Night from him. Night from him. Take care, everyone.
Ta-ta.